On the majority of the calls I have with new potential clients, I almost always get the question, what is the best platform for me to grow my business? Is it Facebook ads or is it Google ads? So in today's video, I want to break down exactly what platform you should be focusing on in 2023 to actually grow your business. Also, if you don't know who I am, my name is Rasmus. I'm the owner of Minix, and we specialize in helping e-commerce brands grow through paid advertising and UGC videos on a performance-based approach. All right, so first off, let's just break down the two main differences there actually is between Facebook and Google. So the first difference is what we would call pull and push marketing. So on Facebook, essentially what you're doing is you're pushing out your product to people who's most likely never heard of your business before. Obviously, we can manipulate that a little bit through, audiences and retargeting, but the general gist of Facebook is that you're trying to reach new people who's most likely never heard of your product or never heard of your business before, and trying to see if they're interested in buying that. On Google though, it's a little bit of a different story. So here we're actually bidding on specific keywords to try and figure out the user behavior and user intent. So basically we're trying to pull them in based on what they're searching for. So basically what we're doing is we're capitalizing on whatever the user is in need of right here and right now. We're almost trying to pull them into our website because of the need they have when they're doing that search. So if you're selling, dog toys or toys for Labradors, boom, they are ready to solve that need. So we're pulling them into our website based on whatever, they're in need of at that specific time. So that's really the first main difference we have between Facebook and Google. The second one would be creatives. So Facebook is a much more creative first platform, kind of like TikTok is, whereas Google, it's much more about text. They have search ads, which basically requires no creatives at all. So that's a big difference to take into account when you're trying to figure out, what platform should I really be focusing on. If you have creatives, then great, Facebook might be a viable option for you. If you don't have the ability to produce creatives, then maybe Google would be a better thing to get started on. All right, so now we got the main differences out of the way. So let's try and break down each platform, and let's try and start with Google. So Google is becoming this massive giant, and they have a ton of different ad products and ways that you can serve your ads. So we have Google search campaigns, we have shopping campaigns, we have Google Performance Max campaigns, we have display networks. So we have a multitude of different ways to actually serve ads to our potential clients on Google, unlike in the old days where it was pretty limited. Way back in the old days where you would only have Google search ads, just pure text. Nowadays we have so many different options, and we have much bigger opportunities as well to also utilize creatives on Google to capture our ideal audience and capture all the customers that we want. And nowadays we also have a ton of AI and automation that can do all the heavy lifting for us, bidding on keywords and targeting the right audience for us that might be best suited to drive those conversions that we're looking for. And it actually works pretty damn well, not gonna lie. So one of the experiences we've gotten, especially with the AI that might drill this home quite well, is that Performance Max is a relatively new feature on Google, and since it got rolled out, it got a lot of backlash. But nowadays you have a ton of people actually online on LinkedIn, YouTube, and Twitter talking about Performance Max campaigns might be the only thing you actually need in terms of scaling your business and getting profitable results, so you can keep scaling your business to the next level. And we even saw it for one of our old clients where they would only run Performance Max campaigns and they would just crush it. And we could see day by day that the AI is getting smarter and smarter, doing more of the heavy lifting for us and bidding better than they did the day before. So it's quite clear to see that when you do launch Performance Max campaigns, the AI is getting smarter every single day based on your objective. And Google, just like Facebook, also allows you to control what days of the week you want to run ads to, or what time frame during the day you want to run your ads, and maybe crank up the budget. So if you know the app called Calm, they do this quite aggressively actually. Maybe you've probably seen an ad from them on YouTube or Instagram, but basically what they do is they crank up their ad spend quite heavily during the evening, because their product basically is just allowing people to fall asleep easier and have a better sleep. It's like a sleep app. So their target audience is more susceptible to actually buying, their subscription and downloading their app during the evening when they're maybe having trouble sleeping, because then they see this ad and they're like, oh great, I want to fall asleep. Let me download this app and let me sign up. So that's one of the great things about controlling, time frames and specific days during the week that Google also allows you to control. But here's the outlier. As the AI is getting smarter, we're becoming less able to control the actual results, the net outcome of our ads, like we used to be on Google. Google. So what I mean by that is around 6 months ago, for example, just to make a point here, Google removed what's called expanded text ads. And if you're familiar with Google Ads, you know that expanded text ads is basically just a feature where you can have, 3 different descriptions, you can control the site links, the headlines, and so forth. But now they moved it over to responsive search ads. So now you can have 15 different headlines, which, you might think is a good thing. But what responsive search ads means is that Google will now dynamically show the headlines and the descriptions that are most engaging outside of your control. So you lose that control and Google will just, take over that part for you. And again, about the control, let's say you want to run YouTube ads, right? You can still pick to this day, what channels you want to run your YouTube ads on. But if you switch from a specific YouTube ad to a Performance Max campaign, now you lose that control and Google will just take care of all that for you. So what Google has basically done over the last few years is said, guys, you know what you're doing and we'll still give you some autonomy, but we'll start rolling back the autonomy and the control you have in the platform because we're going to be better than you in actually doing the heavy lifting and we provide a better experience for our users. Now, the caveat to this is that Google are actually really good at taking over the control and delivering the results you're actually looking for. So just as an example here, a few weeks ago or a month ago, something like that, we took over Google Ads for one of our clients and we launched a Performance Max campaign. Now, it performed horrendous in the beginning, but after a week or two, the results really started picking up and now they're averaging between 10 to 20x return on ad spend on any given week from that campaign. So that's again showing that Google is actually good at delivering what you want and the AI is getting better every single day at delivering the results we're actually looking for. So just to round Google off, I just want to say that over the next few years, you can probably expect that Google will roll back even more of the control and take more control to themselves of what you can actually do when you're setting up your campaigns. But honestly, I don't really mind because clearly they know how to do it and how to actually still deliver results. So let's shift focus to Facebook. So Facebook clearly has a lot of issues on their own. Just look at their stock prices down like 60-70% from their all-time high. And, also they have a lot of issues with randomly banned ad accounts and all these tracking issues you hear about. And people are generally just starting to lose trust in the platform. So Facebook is definitely not a one-stop shop to just, scale to the moon. But even though you might be skeptical about it, it still works just fine. Let me tell you, each and every one of our clients right now are running Facebook ads and they're practically everyone doing it profitably. So when we talk to clients, it's much more important for us to talk about, what business are you in, what products are you selling, what's your previous experience, and where are you trying to go? What's your business goals, right? And then from that, you can kind of look at, okay, is Facebook a viable option or not? And a little newsflash here, most of the time, it's a really good thing to do and get into. Facebook ads is viable for 95% of all businesses. So I was just looking through a couple of YouTube videos earlier today, just to kind of get a little bit of inspiration for future YouTube videos to do. And I came across a couple, Facebook ads videos, and everyone keeps talking about that Facebook attribution still to this day doesn't work. And full disclaimer here, I don't know who these guys are, but from our own testing and the validation we've done through UTM tracking testing and comparing that to the Facebook pixel results and also using third-party softwares like Triplewall, 8 out of 10 times, Facebook ads is over attributing the purchases you're actually making, not under attributing the purchases you're actually making. And this is what every single guru is saying out there is that, oh, if Facebook ads is showing that you made $1,000, you probably made 1,500. And so therefore we can't rely on Facebook because the data is simply inaccurate. But from our experience, if Facebook shows you made $1,000, you probably only made 800. So what these guys are telling you is simply not true. As a matter of fact, I actually encourage you to sign up to Triplewall just to validate it for yourself. They have a 90-day money-back guarantee. I do have an affiliate link with them, but I'm not going to link to it. Just go into triplewall.com, sign up. They have a 90-day free trial, basically money-back guarantee, no questions asked, and validate it for yourself because I'm pretty sure you'll see the same thing that I'm talking about. Facebook ads not under attributing, it's over attributing. Okay, so moving on from attribution, Facebook in and of itself is probably a bit of a dying platform, but the good thing here is that we have Instagram as well, which is still massively popular, especially with the Reels feature they rolled out. Now they're becoming a little bit like a TikTok 2.0. So even if you're skeptical about running ads on Facebook, you still have Instagram as a really viable option to run ads on. Now with TikTok and people starting to adopt this, scrolling behavior, just scrolling through a bunch of content, you can actually inside Facebook Ads Manager specifically choose Instagram Reels as a placement to run your ads on, and then you can capitalize on this user behavior. So I would say Instagram for sure is not dead. Facebook, maybe a little bit, but been dying for a little bit of a time. But let's try and get to the bottom of this. So what platform is best suited for your business to focus on and, hopefully scale to the next level? And the answer is it depends. And I know it's the shittiest answer ever, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give you some parameters because I think that's much more applicable. And then you can take those parameters and figure out for yourself what might be the best platform for you to actually run ads on. So the first parameter I wanna give you is content. So if you have the ability to produce content either in-house through influencers or content creators or customers, I would for sure go with Facebook, because content on Facebook is the biggest part when it comes to actually being profitable. And if you can't crack that, I would for sure just go with Google. Now, the second parameter I'm going to give you is the product you're selling. So if you're selling something odd, or if you're selling something that's like super high ticket, I would probably go with Google, because you're just not likely to run an ad on Instagram or something worth 800, 1,000, 2,000 bucks and expect someone to actually buy it. Because as I said, Facebook is push marketing. You're basically interrupting people hoping to capitalize on, a buying impulse, but people are not going to spend 800 bucks just randomly like that. So there, I think Google is a much better platform, because now you can specifically target people based on their search terms. Then the third parameter I'm going to give you is social following. So if you would like to have a social following, I would definitely run Facebook ads as well, because you're just gonna explode your Instagram following much faster, and that in and of itself has a lot of value. If you can have a big organic social following, you're automatically bound to get a lot of organic sales as well. So long term, I think this is a great play. Now, the fourth parameter I'm gonna give you is about performance. So if you would prefer more stable performance, I would probably say go with Google. Now, Google takes a long time to build up, but just in our experience, it's much more stable than Facebook is, because Facebook, again, it comes down to the creative. You need a constant creative output on Facebook, otherwise your ads is just gonna die. Unlike Google, where it's much more search term related. If you have a good search term, then people are just still gonna keep buying over and over again. It's pretty minimal compared to Facebook, what sort of optimization you have to do once it's actually optimized. So to give you my preference, that would actually be Facebook ads. Now, it might sound a little bit crazy based on what I just said, but the reason is Facebook forces you to become wicked good at creatives and having a creative output. And that you can utilize in so many ways. So if, let's say you work with 100 content creators a month, right? You can post that on Instagram, you can post that on Facebook, you can obviously run that as ads, and you can also use that on TikTok and run that as TikTok ads. So you have a lot more use cases for the content you actually are trying to create and that you actually get from your content creators or however you generate it. And that will also lead to a big social following, which again, in turn will give you some organic sales come through that. And I think there's high leverage in having a social following, just those organic sales and the sort of fan base you can build. I think it's really valuable as a business owner. I just think there's more use cases for being wicked good at creatives and having that really nailed down as an e-commerce business. But yeah, that pretty much sums up today's video. I hope you found some real value in this. If you have any questions about, what platforms to choose, if you're not certain about what platforms you want to go with for your specific business, just drop a comment down below. I'll be happy to answer. And also, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a like and consider subscribing to the channel. That would help me out tremendously. But yeah, that's it for this time. I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.